Act 2, Scene 1. This is at Macbeth's castle. This is after the party where everybody is drunk off their... Yes. And Banquo wasn't drunk at the party. He kind of arrived a little bit afterwards, and he's with his son. So I don't know if he went to get his son. Shakespeare leaves that a little bit kind of obscure, so we're not really sure how his kid gets there, but he's having a father-son chat with his son. And what's important about it is not necessarily the fact that his son is there, but remember, Shakespeare is throwing out carrots for his audience. Just like, remember when Lady Macbeth was talking about the speech where she was going to give her plan that they were going to kill King Duncan. The first thing she says is that there's a raven. So that tells the audience, hey, somebody's going to die. She's planning to kill somebody. This is the same kind of thing Shakespeare is offering up his audience symbolism. And so just because the symbol is already known, then he doesn't have to go into detail about what it represents. So it says, how goes the night, boy? And then Fleance says, the moon is down. I have not heard the clock. Now, moons are important. They symbolize hope. That's because if you've ever been lost in the darkness and it's in the middle of the night, you have no light. If there's a moon, then you have hope to find your way out, to get somewhere, to be somewhere, okay? And so the fact that Fleance is saying that the moon is down, he's actually making the announcement that there is no hope. Now, that tells the audience that even though Macbeth thinks he may not kill him, he's going to kill him. And so there is no hope. And he says, I have not heard the clock, that he's not paying attention to the time, okay? And so Banquo goes on and says, hold, take my sword. Now, swords are important too. They represent power. Children are important. They represent the future. And so what this is doing is Shakespeare is telling his audience that Banquo is not, even though he is a little ambitious, you know, he's curious, he wants this, he doesn't want it for himself. So he's saying, hold, take my sword. They hear a noise, and he gives that power to his son. He's passing it on to his son, okay? And then when they hear the noise, they find out that Macbeth is the one coming in. So this is a little foreshadowing. It says, their candles are all out. Take thee that too. A heavy summons lies like lead upon me, and yet I would not sleep. Sleep is important, and we're going to keep aware of how many times that comes up. Merciful powers, restrain me in the cursed thoughts that nature gives way to in repose. This is when Macbeth comes in with a servant and a torch, but Banquo can't see him. When he can't see him, he goes to his son and says, give me my sword. Who's there? So this shows a characterization of Banquo. He's giving his sword to his son to show that he's not after that power for himself. But when they're in danger, he takes that sword so he can protect his son. And who do they have to protect themselves from? Macbeth. He comes in, and Macbeth actually says, a friend. I don't think so.